Wait, what? You're saying Lepuki Bear is poorer than a mere contractor? Oh
Oh
my
my god!
god! Hello, here's my country. Pretty full of beautiful islands, right? 110 million nice and gentle people, right? Yeah, good description in general. However, to make sure that you get the right Philippines, not an alternate universe one, you need a very specific ingredient: these bricks. If you don't know me, while I love my country as a place, as a nation, and certainly as a culture, I don't necessarily have the same love towards the people. Well, for most people, not really. I don't hate the Filipinos as a group. However, the celebrity and the political culture in this country, I'd say those suck very hard. It seems like in my country, the more money you have, the less responsibility you seem to have. You are told if you are a poor person here to have good manners, to suck up to superiors, and yet the richest of the rich here are the most arrogant pricks you can imagine. This becomes more evident in the influencers this country provides. Aside from a few decent ones, most of the influencers here become famous because they flex a lot. This applies to politics as well. I have seen no civilized society ever elect someone to power just because their face is everywhere. That's fucking everywhere here in this country. It's in the name of the roads, the schools, the mayor's office, and that's the things you can see in an off-election season. Traveling here in an election season will really give you the impression of a dystopian society. Even more so when you realize most of these materials do end up in a river somewhere because of, for some reason, everyone in power here decides that dumping off everything in rivers is a good thing to do. And you know what happened when these people handle money? Oh, I'm rich anyway. Why not have more? As if anyone would stop me. I'm superior than those peasants. Thus, corruption is rampant in this country. Well, duh, so is everywhere else in this world. But here, it mutated to a point, it's the norm. It's a societal blight that might never be erased. You wanna see? See this. What do you see? Uh, that's a bridge? But why? Why is this even a bridge? There's no river. There's no steep elevation. There are no obstacles. This bridge just shouldn't exist. It should just be a normal road. And that's the point. If you see a pretty pointless construction project here, like fixing roads that are as brand new as a baby, then you will know a contractor's pocket is being lined up. I mean, even if it is a pointless project, it will still get funding. Constructing things has to be useful, right? It would drive the economy either way. Even if everyone agrees it is completely pointless, remember that politicians in my country are just colossal orangutans. All it takes to shut them down is a bunch of pesos and a bribe, and a threat just in case. Just a couple years of this, and you will get contractors so ridiculously rich that if you told me they were royals, I would have believed you. They sure act like royalty. They lack awareness of where they live. Look at this gal, for example. She's the daughter of a contractor who himself is a brother of a politician. Yes, this country is so full of corruption that some of these contractors just skip the stage of bribing politicians by becoming politicians themselves, or at least electing someone close enough. Political dynasties are so common here you'd think they are playing Crusader Kings. But back to this girl. She treaded a different path from her parents and became a lifestyle influencer. That two words there is a euphemism for people with no skill but are rich beyond belief. As basically every lifestyle influencer just is a long list of things they can flex on to the plebs, all with the most exquisite editing. Because Filipinos apparently love to get flexed on, these people actually get millions of views. And she specifically, she's apparently a singer too. She must sound great, right? Whether her family gave a little nudge, who could say? But she was signed to a deal by a record label and has a song with 2 million plays on Spotify. Insane. Of course, for such a flexer, you would eventually wonder, how did she get this much good cheese? After all, I don't know if she would have made this money herself by vlogging. And I haven't found a boyfriend that gets millions every day. Something props her up that is suspicious. And that suspicious something is now under significant fire. Welcome to the typhoon season, baby! With widespread flooding across most of the country, especially my home city, Quezon City, where it rained out 5 days worth of rain in just one day, causing low-lying areas to flood a lot. Bulacan, a province just a bit north of Manila, was also experienced a lot of flooding. Both of these events are anomalous because these areas are flood prone, and that is known for decades. The government is funding flood control projects left, right, and center just to prevent this kind of thing. They have spent more than $10 billion on flood control alone, and that's a small part of the infrastructure budget of my country, which just had a surge of infrastructure funding thanks to the previous president. What gives? Said president has been out for 3 years and he had ruled a full term of 6 years. Most of these flood control projects should have been done by now. Why is there still severe flooding? Enter the current president of the Philippines. He has revealed there are 15 contractors that are responsible for 20% of flood control projects, $2 billion worth. Some of these have contracts everywhere too, not just in one area, so the scope of the problem is immense. And you wonder why things here needed to be fixed every time. Sometimes the maintenance isn't just a money pit and people actually have to fix infrastructure, because the infrastructure is already bad. The reason why most contractors can even make the money from this is because of a whole lot of cost cutting, which ruins the design. There's already a case like this a few months ago, back when a bridge just collapsed out of nowhere, which becomes bad when you realize the replacement bridge they have there, which is made out of cheap materials, managed to last longer as the bridge remains closed to this day. That's where the corruption is. And what about our girl here? Well, remember that she is the daughter of a contractor herself, and one of these contractors are in the president's list. Her wealth, her lifestyle, her vlogs, all are propped up by money that should have been used to strengthen the broken bridges and the flood control system that collapsed as soon as it tried to control flood. And remember, she's one of the many of these contractor spawns that have massive social media presence over just flexing the fact that they have luxury items. Thus, immediately after that, knowing that they are screwed, all of them deactivated their social media accounts, one by one. When you search their Pride and Joy today, their Instagram accounts, you would be lucky if you see anything at all related to what they posted. So funny for people who only has flexing as their talent. Deactivate the account sounds weak move to me, but I'm not a son of a contractor, so can't relate. As for this country, well, I'm actually seeing a unified response for once. This is the only time every political faction, which for the past year has been literally threatening each other, is in agreement on something. It's amazing, although I don't believe this means anything unless real reforms happen. I guess this country is doomed, but at least the fat deposits of this girl is now scrutinized. That shit's ass. Goodbye.